Guess where we are?
It's where people get their gear off.
We are at a nudist camp. We've been here for about half an hour and I haven't seen a naked person yet. I'm a little bit disappointed.
I'm dying to get my gear off. Can't wait.
We are Nigel and Sue, and we've spent the last 2 years travelling Australia, living in our self-converted van. For the last few weeks we've been in the southwest of Western Australia, visiting the highlights and exploring hidden gems. In this episode we get up early to beat the crowds to a beautiful rock pool. We take a coastal walk to a waterfall, ride the trails at Margaret River, and then stay at one of the most interesting camps we've ever experienced. This is a PG YouTube channel. There will be no nakedness. Never fear, friends. You don't need to unsubscribe. Good morning, friends. It's nice and early this morning. We are going for a walk to the aquarium this morning. So that's the Canal Rocks, and you can see the bridge across there. We went there the other day, where you can stand and watch all that water surging through. Beautiful day today. We've gotten up nice and early, trying to beat the crowds. We've got all our snorkeling gear. We hear it's a good place for snorkeling. We're walking on part of the Cape to Cape track, which is a 123 kilometre trail that goes from Cape Naturalist, where we visited the lighthouse the other day, all the way down to Cape, I think you pronounce it Lewin. So we've come to now this like fire trail, big wide trail that comes down, and you can see the aquarium, or the pool that's known as the aquarium, just ahead of Nigel there. A bit more of a little rock scramble will lead us to the pool. It really pays to get up early. This is so beautiful. There's nobody else here. The water's just pristine. The sun has just risen enough to hit the pool. It's about 7:30 in the morning. And look at how clear this water is. Oh my gosh, you guys, this place is so amazing, and we literally had it all to ourselves for about half an hour. There's quite a few other people that are starting to arrive now. The water's quite chilly. Didn't see many fish, so I'm not even going to bother snorkeling. Nigel's about to go in. I'm a bit cold from doing all those dives.
Whilst this little excursion underwater will never compare to the Ningaloo Reef, I still encountered some beautiful marine life, including a species I hadn't come across before. If you know what species of fish the large tiger stripe guys are, please leave in the comments below. Well, that was pretty cool. Just happened upon some quite large fish. Spooked them back into their hole.
Well, it was definitely worth getting up early for. We've just walked back up to the car park. We've probably passed, I want to say, at least 50 people going down as we were walking up. So the car park itself is full and people are parked all the way out on the street. I hope we can get the van out. We've come back to Smith's Beach. We're a little bit further along the beach this morning as we had a little discussion, shall we call it, with the ranger yesterday. So we've come along and we're pulled up in this little car park. It's not really a car park, it's just a little dirt track off the road. But let's show you the views that we're looking out on. Nigel actually has a job interview this afternoon, so he's having a shave and getting ready for that interview.
Not bad.
So we've got this little spot all to ourselves.
She's looking pretty chock-a-block over there. We were looking at the surfers in a big conglomeration. Yeah, there's a lot of beachgoers today.
And to us, this is what van life is all about. Just having the freedom to be able to come and sit and work somewhere like this for the day. When we've kind of had enough of work, we can go down and have a little swim. It's perfect, really. We've come down to Moses Rocks this afternoon, and we're going to take a walk along another part of the Cape to Cape track. We're heading for Yallingup Falls. I'm not sure if there's going to be any water in the waterfall, but it's supposed to be a really nice section of the trail to walk. It's about 3.5 kilometres return. We're just discussing the flora here, the plant life, how it's really cool with all these things just sticking up out of these grassy plants.
They're like the stamens.
Stamens?
For the botanists out there. You know, the male part of the plant that does the pollinating.
Oh,
the
yeah.
stamen.
Could be.
But it's very similar to the black boys, the grass trees.
I don't think we're allowed to call them black boys anymore, are we?
Well, I get arrested.
I don't know.
It's a bit of a risk. But the black boys have with the same, a very similar stamen.
Yeah.
Proboscis sticking out. See how they got little pollens there on the end of the. I won't touch it, but yeah, the honeysuckle birds that we haven't seen yet, all the insects will help to pollinate that. So you might have noticed many of the places we have explored in the last few videos have shared the suffix up at the end of it. For example, Yallingup, Injured-up, Meal-up. Well, it originated in a dialect of Noongar, an Aboriginal language, in which up means place of. Places tended to be named after distinctive features, whereby the names could be used to create a mental map.
So there's a lot of work being done along the trail here. They're making it into a boardwalk. So I'm assuming this is to protect the flora and fauna. It actually just says so here.
It makes sense because look at all this stuff here is starting to regenerate a bit, eh? So people would have been walking all through here.
Yeah.
So it's actually doing the job.
Yeah, it's 4 years later.
Mm.
Can't even see where the trail went.
Mm.
Nigel just turned and said to me, "What's the bet the waterfall is going to be dry?" And I said, well, even if it is, it's a nice walk. What do you think? Let us know down in the comments. Do you think the waterfall will be dry when we get there? Given that today it's like the 12th of January, so we're in the height of summer. Will it be dry? Will it be flowing? Let us know what you think.
Well, it's going to be fun getting up that.
So much sand in my shoes.
There we are. There is actually a trickle of water.
Yeah, oh ye of little faith, Nigel.
No, you know, kept them guessing. It is the dry season. Oh, look at that, beautiful. That's pretty.
Nigel, I don't think there's enough water for a silly dive. Then Nigel went down close to the pool to take a photograph of this frog. And next minute,
It went down to
Nigel went into the water.
Oh.
And got a leech. Ah, where did it go? Don't send it to me.
over there.
Oh, it's in the ground.
Little gargoyle. You got any more on me ever?
Look at him. So that put a bit of a bad experience into what was a nice hike. We don't like leeches. I actually have this extreme fear of them.
Bloody.
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
I know. Crikey.
River town. Busy, busy. Loads of shops. So we've just filled the water up at Margaret River, and now we have come down to the actual Margaret River mouth. This is one of the most famous surf breaks, but for very experienced surfers. There's a couple of guys here that have been out kite surfing on their surfboards. Everyone's come in now because the wind dropped. It's definitely not the sort of place I would kite. I don't do waves and rocks. Hey friends! So we're ticking off one of Nigel's bucket list items today because we're stealth camping in Margaret River.
So naughty.
We're a little bit worried about the Imperial probe droid finding us. We're wondering if the rangers are going to send up drones. We've been mountain biking around here in these pine forests, and we kind of picked out a few spots and thought we should come and check them out. So we think we found a pretty good one. It's dark, so we're not going to show you right now. We might show you in the morning.
Hey, we'll leave nothing but our footprints, you know.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to justify it, but, you know, we don't leave a mess.
We don't leave toilet paper in the bushes.
No.
We're going to get up really early and go for a mountain bike ride, so it's good for the rangers and good for us.
Just here for a bike ride, sir?
Yeah. We've just got here a little bit early, like 10 hours early. And if you want to know where it is, we're not going to tell you on the video, but you can always DM us and we'll tell you. Guys, the gas just ran out. Why does it always happen at night time? Nigel's got the head torch on. Off he goes to change the gas bottle.
Off you go, young man.
Remember what happened last time? Was when we were in the middle of cooking pizzas. Yeah. This time we were just about to start doing the dishes, and we've just said, how lucky are we, this might be tempting fate, how lucky are we that it's never actually happened while one of us has been in the shower? Just coming into this campsite, the nudist campsite, Mindful Earth Farm it's called. Are we going to fit under that sign, Nige? We're going to fit the welcome jungle. But it looks like a pretty cool little hippie free place. We think we may be a little bit too close to the party tent though. We may have to move. And we've joined up with our mates Sally and Maxie, her gorgeous little dog. You might remember Sally from the Townsville video, like way last year. I'll pop that up here if you want to check it out. Looks pretty cool. So the place is called the Mindful Earth Sanctuary, and it's a donation camping place. So they asked for like a $10 donation. There's quite a few other people here, but it's like a big old paddock, and yeah, we're here for the night.
Okay, so we're parked up down there, choosing to get about distance between the party goers. The city filled up from 6 o'clock onwards last night. I'm just taking a walk over here to the composting toilets. Busy. Do your thing and then follow with a bit of sawdust. Here are the rules: keep lid shut, put 1 scoop of sawdust after poop, put half scoop sawdust after wee. And of course, what I didn't notice until after I sat down was this toy spider peering down at me. There you go. Pretty cool. And as we move from the Dunnies to the Superdome, I find this hilarious. Okay, bikes are free to use. But, look at the state of them. It's like used for what? And then we go inside the dome here, and more quirkiness prevails. I've got a mixture of I don't know, do they tie people to these ropes? Some ceremonial stuff. We've got a mixture of dance equipment and exercise equipment. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without some bongo drums. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's actually pretty cool this morning. What's going on, mate?
Met on Maxie. We've kidnapped Maxie.
Kidnapped Maxie. He's a bit special in these. We've allowed him on the bed. I'm not sure about that. But
this is the first dog we've had on our van bed.
Yeah. Stop rubbing your dingus on the on the bed.
So it was quite a cool night last night here in the nudist camp. So sadly or happily we didn't see any nude people. And we're like rugged up in all our winter woolies. Summer in Australia's southwest.
As mentioned, because it's kind of freezing outside.
I've got breakfast in bed. Look at this. A nice warm breakfast of beans on toast. Thank you, Nigel.
And Vegemite on toast.
Yes, that too.
Baked
so yummy.
Beans are a great start. Baked beans, they make you... Alright, so for the last few days we've had this whining noise coming from the front, sort of like the front left. After a bit of diagnosis, it became pretty obvious that the oil lubricant within the power steering reservoir is completely empty, so kindly Sally's taken us into Margaret River. We've got the specified fluid, so we'll top him up and hopefully that's going to prevent any further damage. Alright guys, so it's running underneath the bonnet here. You've got to take this air hose off to access the reservoir, which I've got my finger on. There's a cap there, and as you can tell, she's pretty near empty. I'm going to top that up and see if we get the same noise. Down here, my finger's touching the hose to the power steering, and that had all sorts of oil leakage, and I've tightened up the screw, the clamp. Maybe corrugated roads have shaken it loose.
Look at these beautiful horses that are just wandering through the camp. I think they're looking for apples. They're so beautiful.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hey, beautifuls.
Where are you going? What are you doing?
Hey.
What are you doing?
I came to say hello. After a couple of nights here at the Mindful Earth Sanctuary, we're going to be heading off today. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't see a whole bunch of naked people here at the nudist camp. I thought that was going to be a real experience. This morning I did see one, and while Nigel was all worried about only seeing like wrinkly old fat men, it was actually a hot young backpacker girl. Nigel didn't see her. That was our experience here. To me, it was a beautiful, peaceful place to stay. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, please consider subscribing, which will really help us out. Join us next time when we visit the lighthouse at Cape Lewin, the stingrays at Hamelin Bay, some really big trees, and then find an epic wild camp to spend the night. Thanks for watching. See you next time.